They called the Irish White Negros. That isn't legend, it's historical fact. That was the language of British colonialism. The Irish weren't just politically oppressed, they were racially dehumanized. In the 18th and 19th centuries, the British Empire viewed the Irish as a separate, inferior race. London newspapers published cartoons showing them as ape-like, filthy, violent. Scientific journals claimed their skulls were closer to so-called African primitives than to the Anglo-Saxon ideal. They were labeled savages, white slaves, barely human. Why? Because they were Catholic, poor, rural, and refused to abandon their language, their culture, or their identity. This wasn't just about class. This was systemic racism, used to justify colonization, land theft, famine, and forced migration. The empire needed a racial hierarchy, and they placed the Irish just low enough to exploit, but still above those they enslaved. Even in America, Irish immigrants were treated as not fully white, ridiculed, rejected, forced to claw their way into social acceptance. So let me ask, yes or no, did you ever hear this side of history in school? Why do you think the racial dimension of British rule in Ireland is still ignored or downplayed? And how should Irish people today reflect on a history that includes both victimhood and painful silence? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tag someone who needs to see this truth. And follow, because this page doesn't sugarcoat Irish history. We tell it exactly as it was. What hidden truth should we confront next?